That test in math today was just too much. I didn't know anything on it. Why do we have to take those dumb things anyway?
I didn't think it was that bad. I mean, we have to have some sort of assessment so Miss Howlett can figure out what we are learning, right?
What? Who cares what she thinks? She just needs to pass me so I can get out of her class. You don't actually need math for anything, anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I want to pass too. But she told us even if we pass the class we have to pass that ECA thing at the end of the year to graduate. So, I guess the tests we take during the year are to see how we are doing and make sure we are gonna pass that test.
Whatever, I am not even gonna come to school that day. Who cares about some dumb test?
I hate tests too, man, but I don't think Miss H is lying to us. I think we actually have to pass the end of course assessment.
You are starting to sound like you actually believe everything she says. Do you like taking tests or something? Next thing you are gonna say is that you like math. Lame man.
Nah, I don't believe everything she says, but she has got a point. Like that last test we had. I thought I had done real bad on it. I only got a 70. But then, Miss H showed me how those standards things related to our test and I saw that I was actually pretty good at all but one of them. Then she showed me how to figure out the problems I was having trouble with.
Whatever, dude. I hate tests.
What about those exit tickets we have been doing lately? Those are alright because it is only 1 or 2 questions, but it helps us figure out what we learned that day.
I never learn anything in that class.
But that's the thing, you know more than you think you do. I bet you on the practice test we took today you did well. Miss H said we are going to go over the answers tomorrow. The ECA is in 8 days, she said.
Like I said, I am not gonna come to school that day. I would fail anyway.
Dude, don't you get it? We have to pass the test to graduate. Don't you want to graduate?
I will, man. Who cares if I have to take the test again?
Didn't you hear that girl who came and talked to our class? She had to take the test 4 times in order to pass and now she isn't graduating with all her friends. I know tests aren't fun, but if we pass this time we are done with it forever.
I just don't get it. I am never going to use math after I get out of this place, so why do I have to take the test?
But that's what Miss H always jokes about. We have to take this test, like it or not. And we have to take it until we pass in order to graduate. If it is failing you are worried about, I can help you. I have been looking over my old tests for the class and asking Miss H about the stuff I don't get. I am really starting to see why we kept track of our grades and tests all year.
Why are you looking at your old tests? What's the point?
'Cause all that stuff is going to be on the end of course 1. I never used to believe Miss Howlett that we couldn't forget stuff after the test, but now that we are reviewing I know what she means. Like all that stuff from last semester. I had to look back at all of that to see if I remembered it. And the tests I did well on is the stuff I still remember. Like whenever she talks about 80% mastery. The stuff I mastered is the stuff I still remember, once I look over.
So, I guess this end of course test is pretty important, huh? Then why do we have to take tests during the year if this is the one that counts?
Because the tests during the year help us prepare for this big one. When we do really well on a test it tells us and Miss H that we really got it. And if we didn't do well then Miss H knows we have to keep practicing it before. Like after we all did badly on solving quadratics, we had to do them for a bell ringer for 2 weeks. It helped us all get better on them. Most of us even mastered that standard after the additional practice.
So the tests are supposed to help us too, right? They aren't just to help Miss H.
Yeah, man. Like when we go over that one we took today, it will tell us what standards we still need to focus on this next week before the big test. It's that word she always uses, feedback. Tests help know how much we are learning and growing. Without them, we could go a whole year without knowing how to do something easy, like solve an equation, and no one would know.
So looking back at the tests will help me know what I learned this whole year?
Exactly. I bet when you look back at them you will be surprised at just how much you learned. We can even look at them together and study to make sure we pass next week.
Alright, I guess we could do that. I guess I get why we have to take those tests after all. Hey, maybe Miss H would even give me extra credit for studying.
I don't know about that one. Alright, let's go. This is our stop.